Hi, this is how to do a child's pose with a lat activation. The idea of this exercise is we're essentially stretching our lats and then getting them to activate, which can be really helpful for people that have very sticky lats or really persistent elbow pain that you can't seem to figure out the cause of. So, optional toy, you can use a block for this, but we're going to go ahead and start without and then add that block in. You're going to go ahead and get started just in your child's pose. You can do your knees together or apart, doesn't matter to me, whatever is comfortable for you. We're going to go ahead and get started here by keeping this child's pose really active. We can definitely flop into our child's pose here, but we actually want to keep this very engaged. So you're going to draw your shoulders down your back away from your ears, press your hands into the ground and drag them towards you just slightly to get some activation in that stretch in your back. Now from here, you have a couple of options. What we're going to do is we're going to take our hands toward our shoulders. We're going to start by doing that one hand at a time, just walking one hand and then the other. And while we do this, we want to maintain that press down into the ground. And you might find that you can only come up to about here. That's totally fine. Just go to the range of motion that feels accessible and comfortable and doesn't cause any issues. Now you might find that this feels pretty good, and then you can go into two hands. Two hands generally tends to be a little harder because you're trying to coordinate both sides at the same time. And if you're just super struggling with this and it doesn't make any fucking sense to you, what you can do is you can take your hands together, and that can actually make this a little bit easier. You can see that my hands will kind of hit my head here, so I drop my head a little bit and open my fingers so that this can happen. Now, if none of that's working for you, we use our block. So you're going to hold your block in each hand, press your hands into it slightly, and then use that to help guide you as you bring your hands up and over your head. Again, you might not get that far off the ground. That's okay. The point of this is not to get our hands as far back as humanly possible. The point is to get a stretch on our lats and then activate them. So it doesn't really matter how far you go as long as you go somewhere. So if you have any questions, always let me know. And that is how to do a child's pose with a lat activation.